Good morning, and we are in chapter 14, and it's a continuation from 13, so we'll just see it. So, after this really bad report of 10 of the people, of the spies, the congregation's like, oh no, what's happened here? Remember, Caleb said, let's go down right now. And the others say, wait, you forgot about these, and the sons of Anak and the Amorites, and all these other people. And the congregation listens to this, and they lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron and the whole congregation, and said, would that God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God that we had died in the wilderness. Remember, they're the ones that said, oh, we don't have anything to eat in the wilderness, and the Lord provided. Remember, this is a couple of years later, and I don't want to get too off on getting not understanding them, because I understand them quite well, I think. Sometimes there's times in our lives where we just feel like everything is against us. And if we look back, like I remember as a youth thinking things like, oh, this is so hard. Do I really want to, how am I going to live into my 30s and 40s and that if this is how I feel now? In the sense of, I don't want to always feel like this, and you don't always feel like that. And you do learn different things, but Israel was feeling that. And if you don't think that happens today, think back during COVID. All I hear now is a bit of complaining that, oh, well, we had to do this, we had to do that during COVID. And yet at the time, it was what we needed at the time. Could have it been done a different way? Maybe. I don't know. But at the time, if you looked at it, if you went back there, you'd probably do the same thing. And yet, a few years later, we forget what it was like. And about the separation and everything else, it is not just straightforward, oh, well, they're just complaining, they're murmuring, and they've had all these blessings. They still had to travel in the wilderness, and don't forget that. However, they are not looking to the Lord in all that they do. Wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should be prey. Were it not better for us to return to Egypt? And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return to Egypt. They want to go against Moses and the Lord in this. And they're saying that their children will die in it, and their wives will fall prey. In other words, they'll die, and they will then become captives to these people. They are basically trying to prophesy what's going to happen, even though the Lord told them what would happen. When they left Egypt, he said, you're going to come and you're going to take over the land of the Canaanites, the Amorites, all these people, and I will be there with you. He has told them that, and they've forgotten that. And we can do that in our own lives. We need to remember the Lord in all that we do. And Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. Obviously, they're not feeling great about what is going on. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were with them that searched the land, rent their clothes. What does it mean when someone rents their clothes in Israelite terms? It means usually means that they're dead to him, basically. It's a lot more than that, but it does mean that it's not just a simple thing. They're saying, hey, listen, we know what was there and we know we can do this, but you're saying you can't. You can't be part of what we believe if that's the way it is. You rent your clothes. And they spake unto the company of Israel, saying, the land which we pass through to search is an exceedingly good land, and if the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us out of the land and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. That's what the Lord told them in the first place. And they saw it there, and they were saying, the Lord told us it was there, it's there. Only rebel not against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. So they're saying it twice, neither fear, and then they say, fear them not. This is what they should have done. But the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. Basically, they pick up the stones, they look over, and the cloud or whatever descends, and the glory of the Lord appears in the tabernacle, and it's like, yeah, I think I'll put that stone down now. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? How long will it be ere that they believe me for all the signs which I have shown unto them? He's reminding them, yes, I have been showing off these. Why are you forgetting so easily? I will smite them with pestilence and disinherit them, and make of thee a greater nation and a mightier than they. He's saying, I'm through with them. I'm not doing this. This, when I was reading it, reminds me of the parable of the olive tree that Jacob gives in Jacob 5 in the Book of Mormon. Remember, I know that's talking more about the latter days and things like that. It is talking about a lot more than just this, but the words, remember, the Lord comes back to the vineyard and sees that all of it's corrupt, and he says, well, I'm just going to get rid of it all. Start all over again. Let's just get rid of everything. And the servant says, well, let's just prune it a bit longer. Let's dig it a little bit longer. Let's see what we can get out of it. This is happening here, and I think that we should look at it in that sense. And in our own lives, we should see, is the Lord doing that for us? Is he helping and digging about even when we're not as good and faithful as we could be? I think that is where the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying, I've given them all of this. And then he gives Moses a chance to speak and say, well, actually, maybe we can do something with this. And then I love the way that he says this. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians will hear of it. Hear it. He's given Moses a chance to think this out. The Lord's saying, well, why don't we destroy them? And Moses is going, but I think I can do something with this. He's given Moses a chance to grow. The Lord knows how it's going to end. We know how it's going to end. But Moses needs a chance to figure it out. Then the Egyptians shall hear of it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. So he's basically saying, well, right now everybody thinks the Lord is with Israel. But what's going to happen if we don't do the things which we said we would do? In other words, go into this land. Obviously, it's not a secret by now. It's sort of like saying we are in a good position to share the gospel because people know that you are the Lord, not just another God that's made up. And they will tell the inhabitants of the land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day and daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now, if thou wilt kill all this people as one man, if you get rid of everybody, the nations will have heard the fame of thee, will speak, saying, because the Lord is not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. Basically saying, the Lord's not as tough as we think. He can't do those things. We have that today where people think that the Lord cannot do his work. And yet, hopefully, as we're faithful and we do things, even in the church, we'll often forget that the Lord will be with us if we do our callings and if we do our ministering and so forth, and he will bless us in ways that we don't even understand sometimes. Now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long-suffering and great, and of great mercy, and forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty. In other words, he's both merciful and just. And we've had a lot of scriptures on his mercy and his justice at the same time, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according to the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. Now let's just go to that footnote there. It's Joseph Smith translation, and we've got it here, and it says, the Lord said unto Moses, if they will repent of the evil which they have done, I will spare them, and turn away my fierce wrath. But behold, thou shalt execute judgment upon all that will not repent of this evil this day. Therefore, see thou do this thing that I have commanded thee, or I will execute all which I have thought to unto my people. In other words, I'm giving you a chance. And good thing that he did. He knows what's the beginning from the end anyway, but he's letting Moses grow and the people grow. But truly as I live, and really if you think about it, if the people know, oh my heavens, he was going to destroy us, we can't just say, oh, it's fine. We will go back to Egypt or something like that. We're either his people, we've made covenants, and we need to keep those covenants. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. I love that phrase there, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. That is what he's trying to do. He's not just trying to get Israel in there, he wants everybody. But he needs Israel on side to be that example for those around them, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened unto my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto the fathers, neither shall any of them provoke me see it, But my servant Caleb, because he hath another spirit with him, hath followed me fully. Him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. That is the commandment that is given. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Basically saying, we're not going to confront the Amalekites or the Canaanites, we're going to leave. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmureth against me? So he's letting them know, well, think about it. How long should I do this? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmured against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. They are the ones that decided how long it was going to be. Your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb son of Jephunneh and Joshua son of Nun. But your little ones, which ye say, I love this, which ye say should be prey, them I will bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms unto your carcasses. So basically means suffer your faithlessness until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. After the number of the days in which ye searched the land, even 40 days. So this is where they get the 40 years from. 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. When he says my breach of promises, their breach of the promise that he had made to them. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land. And we do that if we talk bad against the prophets and what they've promised and things like that. Is that not what we're doing? Even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land, died by the plague before the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. Now look what they do. They try to make it go the opposite way. Well, maybe we can do this, but remember the Lord has already said, turn ye away. We're not going to go in now. But they decide, listen to how they said. They rose up early in the morning and gat them up on top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up into the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. They understand that they should have listened to Caleb and Joshua, and they're saying, oh, well, we'll do it now. We'll do it now. And the Lord has promised it, so it'll happen. Is there any time that we see people who want to kind of say, well, the Lord's promised it, so it'll happen? Yeah, but you're not living the way you need to be living to have those things happen. And Moses said, wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presume to go up to the land, the hilltop. Isn't it interesting? They think, well, of course the Lord's with us. He said we're going to go in the land, so we're going to go in the land. They're not listening to the prophet at this time. It's not that the prophet changed, it was that the circumstance changed. And I think it's important that we look to the prophet to understand what the Lord wants at this time. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses did not depart out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. They didn't listen. Even when it seemed like they were trying to be good about it, they were being good in a different way. And sometimes we'll do that in our own lives, and people around us will just try, basically say, yeah, well, I'll do it this way. And the Lord's saying, no, you should have done it the way I told you to do it. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.